Hello, everyone. My name is Miranda, and I will be your Enchantress of Avalon, taking you on a journey into the lands mystical and to Avalon. And today we are going to be diving back into ancient Greece with the myth of Medusa. Medusa is a favorite topic of mine in Greek myth. I already talked about one of my other favorites, which was Persephone, so I figured this was appropriate to do. I also want to note that Medusa's story is incredibly sad. She wasn't always this monstrous figure that we remember her to be. She began her life as a young mortal woman who was born to parents who were not mortal, and her sisters were not mortal. She was one of three sisters. And even though she had great beauty, she was also known to not want to marry. So all of these men kept trying to court her and to no avail. So she decided she wanted to devote herself as a virgin priestess of the goddess Athena. And that's what she did. She worked in the Parthenon, one of Athena's great temples, and it was when she was walking along the beach outside the Parthenon that she caught the attention of Poseidon, god of the sea. And he immediately was taken by her and by her beauty, so he decided he had to have her. Well, this was to the dismay of Medusa. She rejects him. She rejects him a total of 2 times, and then he comes to her inside the Parthenon. She rejects him again, and he rapes her. Now, I will note there is an alternate version of the story where he does actually seduce her and she willingly has sex with him inside the Parthenon. But the end result is the same in both scenarios, and that is that she gets cursed by Athena to become this monstrous figure that has snakes for hair, scaly skin, and whose gaze can turn men to stone. Now, there is an alternate version of the story that I do want to say that Athena didn't do this to punish Medusa, but instead to protect her so she couldn't be raped ever again. If she could turn anyone to stone, she couldn't possibly be victimized again. I do like that alternate version, but the more common version is that Athena couldn't punish Poseidon, so she punished Medusa instead for the fact that her holy temple was defiled with sex when she is a virgin goddess. And, goddesses get really angry, so it's not surprising. Now, all of that being said and done, that's where Medusa's main story goes. She is now this evil, monstrous figure who is going to kill anybody who gets in her way and turn many, many, many men into stone. And several try to win against her, but it's not until the great hero Perseus, who is a demigod, so he gets help from the other gods, he gets all these gifts that help him win, and also tips like, here is a mirrored shield. Walk backwards and find her vision in the mirror of the shield. Then behead her, which is, of course, what he ends up doing. Now, when he beheads Medusa, there are 2 ways this goes. Either as soon as he beheads her, out of the bloody stump that is her neck, out springs Pegasus and one other less important son that she has, whose father is, of course, Poseidon. But Pegasus is important, and Pegasus actually in the original myths was then a steed of Perseus for a while, because hey, flying horse, cool, and uses him to fly on. And Pegasus is always white in the original myths. Although I know, like, the new Clash of the Titans movie makes him a black horse. I don't know why, because Pegasus was always specifically said to be a white horse in the myth. Now, all of this happens, and now Perseus has a steed to ride upon. There is an alternate version that says that actually they sprung up from the blood dripping from her severed head falling onto the ground. Either way, Perseus is now flying on the back of Pegasus, and he eventually the head gets passed around to different deities, and they use her blood for different reasons. There's the blood used for uh, healing and for poisoning, because it could do both. It's very powerful. And then eventually her head gets given back to Athena. So the story comes full circle, and her head is then, her image is placed on Athena's Aegis, which is a shield that was crafted by Hephaestus and given to Athena. And that is why Medusa is now a symbol of protection, which is really ironic given she was a virgin priestess who got victimized and then became a monster. But now her story comes full circle, and she's a symbol of protection. And even, don't know if it's going to pick up very good, but I am wearing my Medusa pendant right now, which I love. I feel so much empathy for the story of Medusa, and I think that it's important to remember that she wasn't always this wicked, monstrous creature, that she was a woman who got victimized, and we shouldn't punish the victims. And sadly, in Greek myth, a lot of times that's exactly what happens. And for many, many years in Western culture, until relatively recently, the victims were the ones being punished. Even up until the 1970s, it was victims of rapes who were put on trial, not their rapists, which is so, so fucked up. And that is why I wanted to do this video about Medusa. And also I wanted to give an important perspective on this often misunderstood figure. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today. And if you want more of my content, please like, subscribe, and follow me here on Enchantress of Avalon, my YouTube channel. I'm also at Avalon Enchant on Twitch. I stream on Mondays and Fridays in the evening and the night, depending. And I also, of course, I'm a writer running the blog whiteroseofavalon.life. So if you pop on over there, you'll get a lot more of my views on things, and as well as my original fiction and poetry. So I hope you have a fantastic week and a very happy new year. I will see you next Sunday.